Okay, let's go ahead and get started for update number 14 of the Global Game Jam, which is coming to Nashville January 31st through February 2nd, and it is this Friday. I'm recording this Monday, January 27th. This Friday, January 31st, is when we kick off the Global Game Jam at the Wondery at Vanderbilt University. Hi there, I'm your organizer for the Nashville Jam site. John Gale's the name, if you didn't know that. And I'm going to start off today's video by showing off some more of the concept art that our graphic designer Javin Stone did for the t-shirt design and our overall artistic theme. So you can see some sketches here for Quaver, our mascot, one of our mascots. You can see her on the left of the main logo. And I'm going to show some more of the concept art Javin put together, even Quaver at one of the NashGameDev meetups. How about that? So again, really, Javin put a lot of design and artistic effort into these designs and these characters, and really appreciative of that. So speaking of NashGameDevs and meetups and all that, big announcement is that NashGameDev has a new website and a new domain name, NashGameDev. How about that? You like that? Let's flip over to NashGame.dev and see what all we can do. Go ahead, check it out for yourself. More importantly, for the Global Game Jam coming up, we've got that as the top thing. Good job, Corey, designing this site. You've got links to sign up to be a donor or sponsor on the GoFundMe, and the Discord, which is very important for participating in the Global Game Jam. Also talking about game development in Nashville area, our upcoming events on meetup.com, and just sort of everything we do all in one place, NashGame.dev. Really excited to have that up and running for the Global Game Jam this week. So like we said on the website, go ahead and join the Discord. You can get there from nashgame.dev, or here's the direct link, which I'll put in the video description. Now on Discord is where we are every day talking about game design and game development, happening right here in the Middle Tennessee area. But for the Global Game Jam itself, this is where all our major announcements are going to happen throughout the event. Like, hey, it's the deadline to have your project registered on the Global Game Jam website, or hey, you need to sign up for a presentation time on Sunday, or hey, the food's here. So all those major announcements will be made on the Discord, so make sure that you're a part of it. You can also use this for your own team's communication and file sharing and things like that. So there's the link and the QR code. Okay, also that link on nashgame.dev was for this Eventbrite page. This is how you register for the Global Game Jam. As I've said in every video, if you're coming to the jam to participate, you have to register. Why do you have to register? I'm just going to hang out and make a game. The reason is because we need you to agree to abide by the code of conduct set forth by the Global Game Jam itself, and we need to know your age, because anyone under the age of 18 must be accompanied by a parent or guardian at all times. So this is actually step one of a two-step registration process. This is the most important step. The other step is to go to the Global Game Jam website itself and make an account there. And then this is where you will upload your project for future reference. And a little bit more information. These are the expenses so far. Went shopping yesterday, January 26th, my birthday. And what did I do on my birthday? Well, I went to Costco and I bought a bunch of stuff we're going to need for the game jam. I also had to go to Lowe's and buy this thing that they call a hand truck. I've always called it a dolly from my time in the automotive industry and work in retail. But basically so I could, load all the stuff I bought at Costco and wheel it into my house, because it's a lot of stuff. It's heavy. That was an unbudgeted expense, which NashGameDev could use some help with, and I'll tell you about later. But part of the reason why I bought the hand truck was not only to get the Costco stuff from my car to my apartment, but I was also worried about volunteers. Looks like we've got some more people signing up for volunteers, but I was really scared we did not have enough people to help with load in. So I was like, man, I'm gonna have to carry all this stuff. I need a hand truck. But we do have some more volunteer slots open. Happy to sign off on community service hours for any students out there who need them for their programs. And I was talking at the work meet the other day, sort of how the volunteer thing works is sometimes we do have some downtime, like we get everything loaded, we get it set up, and then it's like the calm before the storm. You know, you may be standing around a bit, and then it's like pizzas are here. When some event like that happens, then it's like all hands on deck. We need as many people as possible carrying pizzas. So that's sort of how the volunteer setup is going to go, and we still could use your help with running the Global Game Jam. So go to the signup.com link that I'll have in the video description and pick a shift for your volunteer time. And our GoFundMe campaign met its goal. We're at $3,510, and that is how I've been paying all those bills I showed you on the previous slide. And we've had a lot of people to thank for being able to meet this goal. And one of those people I want to mention again is Black Box Realities, because I just got their new slide, their own custom design slide that they made that I'm going to show at the Game Jam itself. But I wanted to share this off because when I thanked them before, I was just showing their logo. But now they got this awesome slide showing all the development work that they do and how that they are a Unity authorized training partner offering Unity certification courses. And my understanding is the only one in the great state of Tennessee. Check out Black Box Realities. Now, if you've got a company or a project or a game or a music album or website, something you'd like promoted just like that with your own slide that you design and I show at the Game Jam, then all you have to do is become a sponsor for $125. Visit the GoFundMe link in the video description and make that donation, and then I'll get with you about getting your slides and logos and all of that. So we are still accepting those level of sponsorships and also individual donations on the GoFundMe page. The reason is because we have stretch goals. NashGameDev is a nonprofit organization in the state of Tennessee, and we do have these other expenses that are outside of the Game Jam, that are not part of the Game Jam's budget. And that hand truck I had to buy at Lowe's, that was also not part of the Game Jam's budget. That was like something that's like, man, we need this to get through it, and I'm gonna have to figure out how to pay for it. And that's where I need your all's help. So with one more sponsor at $125, we could cover the cost of that hand truck. We could cover the cost of the Costco membership I had to get. We could handle our meetup.com subscription that's going to auto renew for about $100 on February 7th. That expense is coming whether we like it or not. And we could use the community's help paying for that. So again, one more sponsor will cover a lot of these extra expenses. Or again, I like to think of the Wikipedia math. We've got over 1,000 people in our Facebook. If everybody just chipped in $5, then we'd have like $5,000 and we could dominate game development in the state of Tennessee. So go out to the GoFundMe campaign and make your donation or sponsorship. Okay, what I've got up here is something, the main thing I wanted to talk about in today's video, and that is the site diagram, where our venue is. I talked about in the last video the parking and the address. So the Wondery at Vanderbilt essentially takes up 3 floors. I've just got the second and third floor diagrammed here. But the first floor lobby is where we'll be for check-in. We'll be downstairs in that building for the opening presentation. But right when doors open around 5:30 and we get people checked in, what you can do is you can take the elevator, or you can take this spiral staircase right here up to the second floor in the Wondery space. Be very careful that you're going to the Wondery. The engineering and science building has a lot of other rooms. We don't have anything to do with that. We are using the Wondery space, which is right here on the site diagram. At the second floor, there's a bar along the edge right here, and all along that is where we're going to have food all weekend. So Friday nights, where we're going to have pizzas. Then all throughout the jam, we're going to have snacks and drinks right here. If you want to bring some cookies or brownies, somebody did that last year, that was great, that can go here. This is where Saturday night's dinner is going to go, and on Saturday morning and Sunday morning, this is where breakfast will be. First come, first serve on that. So that's Friday. This is where the food's going to be. The restrooms are, if you leave the Wondery space and just walk down this hallway through the engineering and science building, restrooms are right here. And when we get to jamming after the theme announcement on Friday night, we can use this second floor jam space, we can also use the pretty much exact same space one floor above. On the third floor, there's tables and things set out around here where people can sit in teams and work. There are some small rooms. There's a conference room at the end of this floor. We can use that. There are some smaller rooms where you may see some equipment. If those doors are locked or there is equipment in there, you cannot use that space. We've sometimes had that question, hey, that would make a great sound booth for some voice acting. Sorry, that door is locked. That door has equipment that belongs to the university, and we're not going to mess with it. If the room is empty and unlocked, like I think some of them on the third floor are, then you can use that room to work in your team or do some voice acting or something like that. So that's our jam space, second and third floor. Both on the second and third floor, their layout is essentially the same. The restrooms are down this hallway. And near the restrooms are these water fountains that have these water filtration devices. And you'll see one of these on the first floor in the lobby as well. So let me come back to you and tell you why I've got that on the site diagram. So last year we bought 2 huge cases of water bottles at Costco, and I've done the same. That's 80 water bottles, okay? And I think by like Friday night it was gone, or it was almost gone. And I even put a Sharpie marker, okay? I also put a note that was like, hey, put your name on the cap, put your initials on the cap, and go fill it up at these stations, okay? It didn't happen because the water was gone. And so like every morning when I was going to pick up breakfast, or when I'd run out and buy some more sodas and other drinks, I always got like another case of water and brought it and set it down with the same note about the Sharpie and refilling your water bottles, and they would still be gone. And every time I went out, I had to buy another case of water, and it was like feeding coal to some insatiable fire. And the Wondery does have all these recycling bins, and I just kept seeing all the plastic bottles piling up in the recycling bins. And you think because it went to the recycling bin, like it's all cool. But we've seen the video with the sea turtle and the straw in its nose, and how all that plastic bottles are ending up in the ocean and not getting recycled. So I'm very serious about this year. Like, my dad was a park ranger. I grew up in the woods. I was a Boy Scout. I drive a Prius. I am a tree hugger to a certain extent. And that was tearing me up inside, just feeding all this plastic into the fire, even though I put the note to write your name on your bottle and keep reusing it. So I'm very strict about this year. This is where I kind of have to put my foot down. Those 2 cases of water bottles I bought at Costco, 80 water bottles, that is it for the weekend. I will not buy any more water bottles over the weekend. You can put your name on your water bottle and refill it up at the station, or you can do what I do and bring one of these type things and keep filling it up at that station. It's very important that our jammers stay hydrated, that you stay moving. So what you can do, here's a technique I use. If you've ever heard of the Pomodoro technique, some people in the group use that. That is 25 minutes of solid focused work with a 5-minute break. Get up, walk around, go to one of the stations and fill up your water bottle. Or what I actually prefer to do, I call it double Pomodoro. I go 50 minutes straight concentrated work. I get up, take a break, walk around for about 10 minutes, and I'll fill up my water bottle. So I'm telling everybody now, bring something like this to use throughout the game jam. I will not buy any more water bottles when those 2 cases run out. I have spoken, as the character on The Mandalorian says. Okay, so that is what I wanted to go over for this video. I'm probably going to do one more video where I go over the schedule, but if you've got any questions, throw them up in the Discord or on our Facebook group, and I'm going to get busy getting everything else I have to get done for the Global Game Jam in Nashville coming up this Friday, January 31st, 2020 through February 2nd. I will see you very soon.